Okay, this is the second part of the second inversions lesson. And the reason why I wanted to make a second part is because I want to show you an easier way to play the second inversion on your guitar or bass guitar. It doesn't matter. So let me show you. Let's put this in the key of C because it'll help you understand why this is true. So I'm going to put this in the key of C. So of course C becomes 1. I'm going to make the scale. 2's there, 3 is there, 4 is there, 5 is here, 6 is here. Now 7 is here or here, you remember, but I'm going to put 7 in a new spot for this lesson. I'm going to put 7 right here, just on this same A string, 1 fret down. That's an easy way to remember a 7, by the way. Remember, because you want to be able to make this scale in all different sorts of patterns depending on what key you're on. But for this example, a 7 here, right 1 note below the 1 will make sense. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so the easier way to play the second inversion looks like this. You just go and find the root of the chord. So let's say you were playing the 1 chord. You go into the 1, which is C. You play that note, and along with that note, you play 1 string higher. You remember, this is higher, especially if you're looking down at the guitar. This E string, and you play in the same fret. Those 2 notes there, that is the second inversion of the 1 chord. Okay? Now, if you go to the 2 chord, remember 2 is a minor, but the second inversions, there's no difference between a major and a minor, or the only difference is for a 7 chord, which is a diminished. So the second chord, the same rule applies. You go to the root of the chord, which is 2, play that, you go up 1 string, and in the same fret you play those 2 notes together. Like that. And that would be the same with all of these. 1, 3, 3 would be here, right, because the root's there. 4 would be here. 5 would be here. This is getting messy, but 6 would be here. And I want to show you why this is true and how I get this. So let's go back to the 1 chord. You remember 1 is a major. And the way we did this in the past lessons is first we found the root, then we found the third, and a 1 chord is a major chord, so you're going to play a major third, which is this pattern. Then you're going to play the first inversion of this, which looks like this. And then to play the second inversion, all you do is go to where the note left off from the first inversion, and you just go down 1 string, bar these 2 together, right? Well, this new way, you go to the root, which is here, and you go up 1 string and play these 2 together. And the reason why this is also the second inversion, because these are octaves of one another. Okay, so let me show you. This is number 1. It's the number 1 note. Right here is the number 5 note. And here is the number 1 note. And here, this is number 5. So you got 5, 1, 5, 1. That's why these look exactly the same. Okay? That's why an easier way is just to find the root and go down. Okay, now let me show you about this 7 chord, which is different. So for a 7th chord, 7 is diminished. And a diminished uses 1, flat 3, flat 5. Those are the notes of the diminished chord. Okay. So in order to play the second inversion for 7th chords is you find the root once again, and instead of going up 1 string, and playing those two together like you did with the major and the minors, you go up one string but to the left one fret, and you play these two together. And let me show you why you get this. Because remember, for diminished, if you were going to just play them as a triad, or not a triad, I'm sorry, as thirds, you would use a minor third. Here, let me erase this. You would play a minor third, which would take you to this open D note, and then you would get the first inversion, which would also be a minor pattern. And then from there, you remember in the last video, you went down one string into the right one fret. This, right? Well, in order to keep this pattern the same, an octave lower, it looks like that. So that is why the diminished chords, or the 7 chord, has this pattern rather than in the same fret.